He had time and space to marshal his thoughts. Stationed at the table next to the tall windows, sea spray obscuring the glass, a notebook at hand, and enough tea in a silver pot to keep the waiters at bay until the evening diners arrived. Ever since starting his clandestine life, he had taken to visiting the beachfront several afternoons a week. He could feel safely alone here, removed from the war that was unravelling normal life in the heart of Dublin. Naturally, the sense of peace felt more pronounced inside the out-of-season hotel, where the efficient bustle of the waiters seemed unconnected to things, the city and its war, unconnected even to the sunroom and its forlorn backdrop of the sea. He stirred his cup in the sunlight, intensified by the broken, wavering sea, and thought again. Perhaps we seek out the secret lives of strangers because we have grown tired of insulating our loved ones from the truth, or are spurred on by jealousy, since we understand that the less we know, the more decisively we can love. He dangled the spoon in the cup and waited for the last thought to call up others. But the cold echo of the sea and the laughter of women and children gesticulating and playing along the promenade sent his thoughts scurrying into darker corners. He looked up at the terraces of clouds moving across the sky and waited, motionless, his troubled eyes giving themselves to the distant light. The cloud's sense of purpose and weightlessness made the room seem peaceful again. His mind continued to train of thought. He composed the words and wrote them in his little leather notebook. We are drawn to organize our secrets together, we spies in this war, our collections of broken vows and betrayals, the undetectable crimes of our guilty hearts. A large wave rose and came frowning over the promenade, chasing the figures from the beachfront. He poured himself another cup and was reaching for the sugar when the glass door swung open and a woman in a wet fur coat entered, disturbing his cocoon of light and peace. The room filled with the rumble of the sea against the promenade. Linen cloths with squeaky spaced tables rustled and lifted, and a blast of water droplets misted the air, leaving him conscious only of a fleeting translucence that was half sea-light, half skin, as the woman's face floated towards him, his heart almost skipping a beat when she stopped at the table next to his. She slipped off her coat, revealing a figure of medium size in a long white dress. He glimpsed her profile, black hair framing a face so clean and delicate it looked as though it might have been found among the empty shells on the beach that morning. Nothing about her, however, struck him as forcibly as her dark eyes, secretly alert, observing him but appearing not to notice him as she composed herself at the table. After ordering tea, she took out a book and began to read. At first he thought she might be waiting for a companion, but as the afternoon progressed, it became clear she was not expecting anyone. She seemed content to keep sitting with her book, barely changing the page, not raising her head once or glancing in his direction. There was something alluring and mysterious about the way she sat so close to him in the quiet room, the style of her black hair, the pale skin at the nape of her neck. She appeared not to notice his increasing stillness, his desire to discover more about her. When the gaslights came on along the promenade, she rose and left without acknowledging his presence in any way. He always took an interest in female visitors to the hotel, not even he made inquiries about her. However, none of the staff knew her name. She did not belong to any of the well-to-do families in Dublin. One of the waiters thought she might work in Dublin Castle, the headquarters of the occupying British forces in Ireland. But beyond that, she was a complete stranger to everyone who worked there. For the next couple of afternoons, she returned to the sunroom, sat at the table next to him and took out her book, quiet and reserved, avoiding eye contact in her elegant white dress, and giving no one cause to notice her except him. She had captivated his attention completely now, with her long silences and determined isolation. He knew that she would mean more to him than the other lonely woman he had met. She She sat so close to his table he could feel the rhythm of her breathing, the curious calm that made her seem remote from everything else, her enticing presence in the pale afternoon, as eerie as a flower that blooms only in midwinter. He tried to construct a personality, a life around her, a husband perhaps and children, but her solitary figure was immune to the powers of his imagination. He assumed that knowing the hotel's reputation, she had come to begin an affair. Then he began to think she was unhappy. She must be unhappy, he decided. From her slow movements, her disregard for company, and the way she stared at her book, pretending to be engrossed in that same page for hours on end, he guessed that she was suffering from some private sadness. They seemed to go together, revolutionary wars and sad, mysterious women. He was aware of their growing presence by the day, walking the streets of Dublin in a semi-trance, taking up tables in restaurants with the detached and martyred airs, staring through the windows of railway carriages, the rain-streaked glass magnifying their sadness, their doomed attachment to fallen men. However, something about the woman in the long white dress struck him as odd, separated her grief from the undifferentiated mass of misery fully in the city. On the fifth afternoon, he found himself getting angry. He did not turn up at the usual time. He had arrived early, which added to his irritation. He tapped his cane impatiently against the leg of the table and ignored the waiter's inquiring presence. Then the glass door opened, and in she stepped, without acknowledging his presence in any way. His anger abated when he saw that her face had been touchingly done up with makeup and powder. She glanced around the almost empty room, as if searching for hints as to what she should do next. Slowly, deliberately, she chose the table next to his, took out her book, and focused her attention on a single page. After a while, rain drifted in from the sea. They looked up together, engrossed by the view from the windows, the deep distances dissolving in water and light, the deserted promenade swept away, the roar of the invisible waves drawing closer. He glanced sideways and saw that her figure had taken on an unreal, watery gleam. She was no longer a stranger, but a symbol, another mystery at the heart of things, sitting close to him, lethal and silent, like a gun waiting to be fired. At last, he had found what he had been looking for, a woman with a secret to communicate.